All right, now in this exercise here, we're going to look at side angle side congruence. Remember, if two triangles are congruent, it means that for every angle in the first triangle, there is a corresponding angle in the second triangle that has the same measure or is congruent to that angle. And for every side length in the first triangle, there is a side length, a corresponding side in the second triangle that is congruent to that one in the first triangle. So they match up. Of course, again, we don't have to know that all the sides match up and all the angles match up to know that the two triangles are congruent. We simply have to know that certain groupings work. When we looked at side, side, side already, so if you know that all three sides are the same in one triangle as they are in another, then you know the two triangles are congruent. Next, we're going to look at side angle side. And this means that two sides with an angle in between them, and that's really important. The angle has to be in between the two sides. If it's not in between the two sides, it doesn't count. That would be, angle side side. And that is not a congruence criteria. It doesn't work. You have to have the angle in between the two sides. So let's take a look here. Number 2, and by the way, these are all going to be side angle side. There's nothing else in here. They're either side angle side or they're not congruent. So let's see here. This side has 3 tick marks on it, and this side over here has 3 tick marks on it. So this side is congruent to this side. This side here has 2 tick marks on it, so it's congruent to this side down here with 2 tick marks on it. And we know that these two angles are congruent because, I'll write this down, they're vertical angles. Okay. So these two triangles are congruent by side angle side. Let's take a look here. Let's take a quick peek at something. No, they're not going to try and trick you here. Okay. So, for example, look at this one. We have that this angle is congruent to this angle. That's what the double arcs mean. But we don't have, and we have that this side here is congruent on both sides because they share it. But we only have side angle. We'd also have to know that this side is congruent to this side over here. We don't have that. So we don't know that. So we're going to call these not congruent. All right? So, again, you need to know that two sides from one triangle match or are congruent to two sides from another triangle, and also that the angle in between the two sides matches the angle in between the other two sides. It has to be in between. It can't be off to the side. That would be angle side side, and that doesn't work. Keep your eyes peeled for vertical angles. That's going to show up a lot on these types of problems. And also keep your eyes peeled for shared sides. So if the triangle shares a side, that counts. You know that those two sides on the triangles are the same because they're the same segment. Also, you're going to read your markings. 3 tick marks means they're congruent. 2 tick marks means they're congruent. And I highly recommend that you go through and actually color code them. I think that helps quite a bit. All right, so make sure you check your answers before you turn this in, and good luck.